All right, we're back in the classroom with 20 more real estate vocabulary terms that I hope are on your 2025 real estate exam. If you've been watching the channel, we've got some big news. We have a scheduled date for the 150 question practice exam that I'm going to be taking live on this stream. We're going to be taking the practice exam next Thursday, July 31st, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the going live notification next week and help me take that 150 question test. Today we got more vocab, so let's get into it. All right, the way it works is we have the matching style vocabulary words, 4 words, 4 definitions. I'll read off the words, I'll read off the definitions, we'll match them up. Today is National plus California Valuation and Market Analysis. So 20 words on valuation and market analysis. It works for the national exam and the California exam. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Let's jump right into it. First word, seller's market, scarcity, URAR, supply and demand. A standard appraisal report form used by lenders and appraisers because it has been developed and approved by secondary mortgage market players Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. A situation in the housing market when a large number of buyers are looking for housing in an area of limited availability. Law of economics that says for all products, goods, and services, when supply exceeds demands, prices will fall, and when demand exceeds supply, prices will rise. A physical characteristic of real property that says there is a limited supply of real estate, the perceived supply of a good or service relative to the demand for the item. All right. I'm going to go immediately. I'm going to go scarcity. A situation in the housing market when a large number of buyers are looking for a housing in an area of limited availability. Seller's market. Seller's market. Actually, Seller's market is a situation in the housing market when a large number of buyers are looking for housing. So sellers, you want to sell your house when there's a lot of people looking to buy. Drive the price up. Bid wars. Supply and demand, law of economics that says for all products and goods, services will, when supply exceeds demand, prices will fall. We know supply and demand. Scarcity is a physical characteristic of real property that says there is a limited supply of real estate, the perceived supply of a good or service. Limited supply, scarce. And then we have URAR. We love our acronyms. A standard appraisal report form used by lenders and appraisers because it has been developed and approved by secondary mortgage market players, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. All right, we're going to check the answers. We want to see 4 thumbs up. Perfect. 4 green thumbs up. That means we got them all right. Screenshot if you need to. We're moving on. If we're going too fast, pause it. If we're going too slow, fast forward. 4 more words here. We have regression, progression, arm's length transaction, capitalization. Definitions: a way to convert a property's income figure into an estimated value, a transaction that occurred under typical conditions in the marketplace where each of the parties were acting in their own best interest, a principle that says the value of a home is held down by the other homes in an area, usually said about the best home in the worst area, a principle that says the home value of a home says the value of a home is helped up by the other homes in an area, usually say the worst home in the best area. Okay, arm's length transaction, a transaction that occurred under typical conditions in the marketplace where each of the parties were acting in their own best interest, keeping arm's length away from each other. Capitalization, a way to convert a property's income figure into an estimated value. That would be capitalization. Regression. These are obviously switched. One of them's one and one of them's the other, but we got to figure out which one. So progress would be the best home in the worst area. A principle that says the value of a home is held down by other homes. I'm gonna say that one's regress because it's held down, regressed, and then progress is helped up. Let's see. Check the answer. We need 4 thumbs up. Correct. All right, we're 8 for 8 on the day. We have 12 more. Let's go to the next. Contribution, balance, substitution, amenity. Definitions: a condition that exists in the real estate market when there are slightly more homes available than buyers, a tangible or intangible feature that enhances and adds value to real estate, a rule that says a particular item or or feature of a home is only worth what it actually adds in value to that piece of property. A rule that says an informed buyer will not pay more for a home than a comparable substitute. Okay, let's see. Substitution, comparable substitute, a rule that an informed buyer will not pay more for a home than a comparable substitute. Amenity, a tangible or intangible feature that enhances or adds value to the real estate. A condition that exists in the real estate when there are slightly more homes available than buyers. A rule that says a particular item or feature of a home is only worth what it actually adds. I'm going to go with contribution on that one. And then balance, a condition that exists in the real estate market when there are slightly more homes available than buyers. It doesn't seem balanced if there are more homes available than buyers. We could have these switched up. We could get this wrong. We're going to check the answers. We need 4 thumbs up. 4 thumbs up. Let's go. Screenshot it if you need to. If you guys want to follow along, I've partnered with a real estate company called Colibri. They do prerequisite courses, exam prep. This is the exact exam prep that I'm using right now. It has vocab words, concepts, questions. They've given me a promo code for 40% off everything on their website, Burke40, BURK 40. Click the link below, help support the stream. Thanks so much for watching. Let's get back to the vocab. Okay, plottage, buyer's market, assemblage, competitive market analysis. The combining of 2 or more parcels of land into one larger parcel. A situation in the housing market when there are many homes available for sale but few buyers. A method of determining the approximate value of a home by comparing the subject property to other homes that have sold, are presently for sale, or did not sell in a given area. An increase in value by a successful assemblage, usually due to a change in use. All right, I want to say competitive market analysis. A method of determining the approximate value of home by comparing the subject property to other homes. I think this is important to use in real world real estate, not just for the test. This is how we're going to determine housing prices in a local area. Plottage, the combining of 2 or more parcels of land into one larger parcel. A situation in the housing market when there are many homes available for sale but few buyers. Buyer's market, because there's a bunch of homes for sale, not enough buyers, so that means you could get a good deal because there's a bunch of homes for sale, not enough competition. Assemblage, an increase in value by successful assemblage, usually due to a change in use. It has the word in it. That's kind of a bad definition, just generic. Check it. We need 4 thumbs up. Oh, there we go. We got it wrong. Okay, let's swap these two. Plottage. So there you go. Maybe it wasn't. I got overconfident on that one. Assemblage is the combining of 2 or more parcels of land into the larger parcel. Plottage is an increase in value by successful assemblage, usually due to a change in use. Okay, so if you see assemblage and it's assemblage, then you know it's not assemblage because it has assemblage and it's plottage. You got it? You following? All right, next, final 4 words. Comparables, physical deterioration, square foot method, reconciliation. Definitions: recently sold properties with similar characteristics, size, room count, design, utility that are in close proximity to the property being appraised. The appraisal process of analyzing the values derived from the different appraisal approaches to arrive at a final value, estimate, or opinion. Method for determining the cost of a building that relies on cost manuals and is sometimes called the cost manuals method. Actual wear and tear on something due to age, the elements, or other forces. All right, I'm going to go with that is physical deterioration, actual wear and tear on something due to the age, elements, or other forces. Comparables, I want to say recently sold properties with similar characteristics that are in close proximity. You can compare the recently sold properties. The square foot method, the appraisal process of analyzing the values derived from different appraisal approaches to arrive at a final estimate. Oh, okay. Actually, that could be comparables. This could be square foot method. Recently sold property with the same exact square footage, basically, that are in close. And then comparable would be derived from the different appraisal approaches to arrive at a final estimate or opinion, comparing all the estimates. Reconciliation, method for determining the cost of a building that relies on cost manuals and is sometimes called the cost manuals method. These, actually, I'm not confident about this. We'll check it. Yeah, okay. These got switched. So let's go over it real quick again. Reconciliation is the appraisal process of analyzing the values derived from different appraisal approaches to arrive at a final value, estimate, or opinion. That's reconciliation. Comparables is sometimes called the cost manuals method, determining the cost building that relies on cost manuals. Wait, we're still wrong. Oh no, sorry guys. Square foot method, comparables. Okay. Square foot method. Oh, it says method right in here. Is the cost of the building that relies on cost manuals and is sometimes called the cost manuals method. Comparables, recently sold properties with similar characteristics. Okay. We got that. Hey, we're learning. We got to get it right. Let's check how we did. We got 5 incorrect. So usually with the incorrect ones, I will write these down on a piece of paper. There's science behind writing it, physically writing it down, committing it to memory. I definitely need to write these ones down. I got that last 4 ones. I got them switched up 3 different times. So I got to write these down. Let's get back into the classroom. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. If you're following the channel, you know that we have tons of videos on test questions, vocab, concepts for the real estate exam 2025. I'm studying with you guys. We actually are doing a live practice exam next Thursday, July 31st at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope to see you guys there. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe. Have a nice day.